On to the East Coast of America for round 2 of the ARC GT World Challenge presented by the Racing Rats. Happy Saturday from wherever you might be joining us. It's Jackson Lambros, low on energy but high in spirit here in the comms box. We should have been at the World Center of Racing. Server issues and various mod issues bring us to Watkins Glen International, home of the United States Grand Prix many a times, currently home to the NASCAR Cup Series, and to, of course, the Sail in 6 Hours of the Glen. A couple of other big marquee series have raced here before. As I mentioned, Formula One, Trans Am, IndyCar up until 2017. A large amount of racing history has started in America right here in the Finger Lakes region, and it's been called up to host round number 2 of the Racing Rats ARC GT World Challenge. After this, onwards to the West Coast to Wine Country, California, where we will be doing our 1.2-hour race at Sonoma. Quick 12-minute qualifying session out of the way. It's Ivan Tatus in that white, red, and yellow Corvette once again. Size France, born and raised, trying to go back-to-back. Why is Curious's door open? Chad, did you see that? I know you saw that, Chad, Adrian Curio's door, for reasons I cannot explain, is open. I don't know if the other Porsches have that issue. Look at Numo Pavia here. Nope. Just curious. For some reason. We'll figure it out. Hero starts in second. It's Matt Webb in fourth. Then Brian Mass is in fifth. I gotta see who's in sixth here. It's one of the Octane Junior drivers. Number 2. Still putting liveries and names to faces here. So work with me to look at Curios's Porsche. That's gonna add some mad down. Of course, that's Arthur Bell, and I believe, yes it is, in that other Audi starting in 6th. Mikhail Danilov in that Ford Mustang behind him in 7th. Of course, he's 7th in that other Octane Audi. That was rounding out your first handful of front rows. Still can't get the race control out. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hang on. What just happened? Well, server died, folks. Can indeed confirm. So we are running our way back through practice here. Quick 5-minute practice just to get everybody back in here. Then we'll get straight into the race. It'll be a single file start to make sure everybody gets back in order. I've got to reshuffle some things. So we'll leave you right now with the sights and sounds of Watkins Glen as we get set up for round 2 of the ARC GT World Challenge here from Watkins Glen. Stay with us. Let's try that again, shall we? Back at it here. We're going to run a little bit into the clock here. And it will be a single file restart, technically. We're going to assume we're starting under caution here. Same starting order as last time. We are just treating it like we are coming out of a caution, which is why you guys didn't see the ARC safety car come out of the pit lane. So they are stacking up now. Single file. Whole field in control of Ivan Tatus for the time being. Again, still waiting for everybody to stack up further behind. Alec pointing that out in chat. Yeah, still a couple of... The scuff is still very strong here on ARC's end. On my end, I still can't get the safety car things out. If anyone knows how to get real penalty off, let me know, because I have done seemingly everything under the sun to try and get this working, and it has not. We shall see the rest of the field again starting to group back up here behind Ivan Tatus. Plan that I was told is single file, although it looks like everybody else is maybe thinking different plans. We're going to be running a shorter race than overall, but game plan still remains mandatory pit stop halfway through. It doesn't have to be halfway through. One mandatory pit stop with 4 tires and some amount of fuel. I think that strategy very much to his advantage. Played the long game at Paul Ricard. Used the clean air to get himself up front. Got the first one of the season. He's running off. Big hats off to all 24 of you viewers in chat right now who have concurrently stuck out for me and us here at ARC as we are dealing with the factors that we do not have control over. But we're going to have about 55 minutes, 54 minutes on the clock here of hopefully green flag racing. For anyone who's played or ran Watkins Glen in these tracks, you know that the tightness of the corner itself in turn 1 combined with the level of runoff might inspire some people to get courageous, shall we say, going into turn 1. And certainly the last thing we want right now is going right to another safety car, shall we say. Going on with was up there originally, excuse me. Very nice line. More Arthur Bell in there too. Is not on the lineup, I'm just going off the gamer tag. You listen as the Ferrari? I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. All right. Green flag about to come on the way with 1 lap of stable connection, something we have not had yet. Factors have continued to wear us down. That's not stopping us here at ARC. Let's get back to it. Green flag here at Watkins Glen. Couple of moves early on to the inside, way further back. As two of the Audis going on at it early right now. The battle with Webb and Mass resuming immediately. Matt Webb goes wide. One of the Mustangs goes wide. And one of the BMWs goes around. Oh, trouble! Way further back, Rayshawn Middleton in the wall. What did I say? People getting too ambitious in T1. But the battle. Aiden Webb, or not Aiden Webb. Between Matt Webb and Arthur Bellin instantly continues as we've got a couple of battles going earlier on here. 3-car Audi train right now. Brian Mass, Arthur Bellin, Matt Webb. Oh my gosh, a little bit of a look to the inside there from Mass, trying to get that Dart Audi through that octane driver as quickly as possible. He's got no real estate right now. He might with a run here though on the back loop of Watkins Glen onto the anchors. Clean move for Brian Mass, way up into 5th here. Again here, further back, we just watched Mateus Morgado have issues. He gets that Heart of Racing car, or excuse me, Racer's Edge Audi around. More issues for the Brazilian fellow Honda Lucas Bazin. Passes him. Trying to safe rejoin here. But man, they are loose. One of the Porsches was loose back there. That's Sandy Barrios going around. Getting loosey-goosey in that Rebellion Porsche. Fastest opening lap goes to Pavia. 3-car battle here at the back of the pack between Barrios, Torre, and Middleton. All of them caught up in a little bit of an incident earlier on. They'll fan out going down the front stretch. Of Audis followed by a duo of Mustangs from Phil Danilov and AJ Nickel here. Sandbeer closing that gap further behind in that Rebellion portion, the light blue machine. Yeah, I'm working with audio right now. I'll turn that down a little bit. Thank you for that feedback. Know if that's a little bit better here. So up front, relatively drama-free start right now. It's Teres over OY. Curios holds on to that 3rd place spot, and then after that, we're watching this almost 7-car train right now in the battle for 5th. Comfortable 1-second gap already here for the Frenchman Teres. Looking to go back-to-back here in opening rounds. First race for OY this season as we had a Ferrari-less round 1 at Paul Ricard. Coming into Watkins Glen now with Not Nasty Martin on the grid. Just a handful of passes early back as I believe we have trouble for Nickel here. Ran a little bit too much curbing in the bus stop. I believe that Mustang got unsettled earlier on as well. That let nearby Danilov absolutely took off in 8th. He's gotten to the back of that Audi train. So, still 50 minutes to go, starting to get into the groove. Name of the game here for Watkins Glen, absolutely tire management. Paul Ricard has some high-speed turns, but nothing quite appeases tires the way Watkins Glen does, especially on a sunny spring day like today here in upstate New York. Anywhere where you have consistent high-speed corners, not only are you leaning on the aerodynamic grip of your machine as much as possible, but you are cooking those tires. Anyone who has driven GT3 cars at, say, Barcelona knows exactly what that's like. So smooth inputs pace management and knowing when your tires have had enough and when to pit is going to be the key to success here. Sikorsky feeling the heat right now from Danilov and Jahir both going wide there outside of turn 1. As Jahir's gotten right to the rear bumper right now of Mikhail Danilov. Further back, we watched Rossi lose a position in 15th. Semidekis, the Greek in the Audi, gets up into 14th in that option. Tate's fastest man on track right now. Almost a 3-second gap already over the competition. Danilov goes wide. That's going to give Jahir a chance around the outside as they go down the chute. Clean move. Mustang's going back at it again here further back. Canadian Nickel has nowhere to put that car right now. How patient is he going to be? How badly does he want this 9th spot? He goes to the inside. Almost clips the rear bumper of Danilov. And thinks smarter of it and decides to back out for the time being. Trouble further back. Morgado broadside here. Oh boy. And this could be trouble here if people aren't careful. Lucas Bazin almost clips him. Torrey gets through safely. He'll back that NSX up. Light the tires up a smidge and get it going once again. Fairly drama-free there. Nicely done. Back over to the front stretch. Almost 3 wide here across the stripe. Sikorsky holding off Yahir and Danilov. Danilov looking to the outside. Yahir holding that spot in the middle, making that 911 as wide as possible. Can't make anything happen there. But nearly 3 wide here in GT3 cars into turn 1 at Watkins Glen. That is asking for trouble. Danilov's got the heat in that Mustang. Might have the straight line speed for him to move into the bus stop. Looks to the outside. Some great defense from Jahir. Is it enough? Keeping that line as straight as possible. That 911 gets a little bit upset through the curbs though, but is hanging on to it. Danilov overcooks it. That gives Nickel a chance on the inside. Back and forth we go between these two Mustangs. High line, low line between both. Swapping, constantly doing switchbacks. Costing none of them time. Problems for Sikorsky. He goes wide and goes to the back of this 4-car freight train. Beautiful stuff early on here. Two Vision 47 teammates are not showing any love with one another. And any work they could have here on Sam Jahir is being, any of that energy is being put towards racing one another. We're seeing how that's paying off for them right now. Big slide for Danilov. Oh, that's got to be front end damage there for the 26. Holds the brakes. Let's see if he takes his pit stop here. And he does. So early pit stop. It'll be a prolonged pit stop to get the front damage on that Vision 47 Mustang fixed. But this could help genuinely for Danilov. Clean air, long stint. Would be surprised where that could go and help you out. We'll see. With a safety car, that could instantly knock that off the shopping list. Push him to the front. So the 4-car freight train we were talking about earlier has kind of evolved into pretty much a 2-car freight train. Sam Jahir and AJ Nickel. This is the main battle on track right now. Krios and Brian Mass battling a little bit further up ahead, but not bumper to bumper quite yet. What are we doing over here, actually? Check in with Brian. Still solid length between both of them. But we know that R8's got power in that V10. And the BOP powers that be might be helping that Audi in the straight line. We know the Porsche is pretty hungry when it comes to power in terms of BOP. Mustang, that's the absolute luxury of that car, but many of you didn't need to hear that. You could tell just by looking at it. That's getting a little bit wide. You can see that R8 wiggling through turn number 1. Seeing track with elevation change. In grass, that's the R8 and the Huracan's natural enemy. Like a lot of these rear-wheel drive cars, not so much the Ferrari, but especially the Porsche and the Audi. We watch these guys taking the curb. Here through the bus stop is a great example. 2 tires at most, get to 3 and 4, and you can really start to upset the car. So consistent, cautious driving is going to be the key to success here at Watkins Glen. Further back, Sam Jahir goes around. Third car in that freight train to have some kind of self-inducing incident. And now he will drop back to P10. Bottom spot on the podium, Matt Webb. Gwent Wales native in this octane Audi, doing everything he can right now. He's had a strong start to his 3rd season in ARC. Still looking for a big move here. And potentially a victory running Sid Magic equipment. Adrian Quiros managing to get the door shut on his Porsche 911. So no drama there. And into the pits comes Sam Jahir, who I believe has some rear end damage there. Give you a quick tidbit actually about the Porsches, and this isn't the only series I've had this, but a lot of guys with real life karting experience tend to like the Porsche, just in terms of the way it handles the looseness of it, the way the traction wheels have all that weight on it, the way the car wants to rotate. Other league I commentate, Nasser's 2 guys who have pro karting experience actually have picked the 911, and although he's just got a G29, he's got numerous karting seasons under his belt. Talking about Samuel Yair. So, natural fit for the karting guys, the 911s, the more you know. So a couple early pit stops, but again, I really don't think that's game over here. It depends on the mentality of the driver naturally, but sometimes you want that clean air. Oh, trouble for the 21! Oh, why goes around. I'm not going to be able to get a replay, but I'll tell you exactly how it happened. He got that front right tire just a little bit too much into the grass there in the final corner, and the amount of times we've seen that on ACC, the way that can just grab the car and turn it around. There's another bout of drama there. Trouble for Samadek as he's gone around as well. He's parked it through the chute. Might be connection issues there for the Greek. Sandy Barrios coming into the pit lane as well in the 76. So a lot of takers on the early pit stop, and the man from Trailer, Argentina is one of them. All the Porsches coming in at this point. Alec Mealing saying in chat, all these guys with nice equipment, and then me on my Xbox controller and Nuno mouse and keyboard. You say that. the amount of people in my wheelhouse that are freakishly fast are Xbox controller, mouse, and keyboard people. It is possible. It is absolutely possible. Battle for the bottom spot of the podium actually going on here with Adrian Quiros and Brian Mass. So I believe Mass lost that spot. We missed the overtake here, but Quiros gets that Porsche up into third. As the 21 of OY continued, but now goes into the pits. Oh my goodness. Brian Mass looking for it up the S's. Are you kidding me, Brian Mass? Keep your foot glued and pray, brother. Gets it done before he even reaches the bus stop back into the podium. Unreal stuff from the number one driver. Wow! Battle far from over, but man, a nuclear move. Gets Brian Mass and that Audi back into the podium right now. It's almost a carbon copy of the podium from last weekend. Cadis and the Corvette up front, then a pair of Audis behind it. Great recovery drive, by the way, so far from Maciej Ignash. Back in 8th here. We'll go over to him really quickly. The pole in the BMW M4 had a bit of drama in turn 1. Let's get the Logitech machine going. Raw consistency after that. More issues here. Further back, it's Lucas Bazin. Second NSX now to spin today. Parallel rejoin is, or perpendicular rejoin is a bit of a no-no, but I'll let it go this time. Because I'm nice. So the man from Rotterdam, Brian Mass, in a ballsy move up the S's, gets back into the podium spot and has put about a second here on Adrian Quiros. In the back there you can see the Belgian Arthur Bellin trying to close that gap. Second best Octane driver of the day. Here's your top one, though. Matt Webb continuing to dig here. But Ivan Tedas has absolutely turned on the wick. 12 seconds and change right now over second. That's kind of the unfortunate thing when you've got to do a quick track change. It's a matter of what kind of cards you have. We didn't know we were unable to run Indy until about halfway through last week. And that's taken practice to ground zero for a lot of guys who did a lot of hot laps at Indy. But again, some guys like Ivan, like Matt, have Watkins Glen experience under their belt already, be it an IndyCar or Cup or some other form of GT3 racing. And it applies. Battle for 10th here, Clem Rossi holding off Rayshawn Middleton. Lone Rossi racing car, not allied with Nickel or Danilov. And that beautiful custom Proton competition inspired livery. Rayshawn With a little bit of drama on the brakes further back. Keeps the HP machine rolling, though. You can see the damage, though. The battle scars that Lexus RCF already has. Has more trouble. Speaking of Mustangs, Danilov with what has to be a big spin here coming out of turn 1. Man who's hoping to be on the move forward here. Pit stop done. Got to get his head down and dig. He's got Jair in front of him who's on the same game plan. Same with OY. Back up front here. Kind of become a 3-car sandwich here. As Arthur Bellin slowly starts to close that gap to Quiros. Audis have proven to be freaky fast in these opening 2 rounds of the GT World Challenge. I don't need to tell you guys this since you saw it on screen, but trouble for Pavia. He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Again, not working with real penalty. Track violations here are obviously going to be not as punishing as, say, Paul Ricard, because, well, you got the grass there to bite you back if you're testing it. You've got some concrete runoff in certain areas, obviously. But you can't just chuck it into the pit lane and have Aceto's auto limiter work that out for you. Ooh, more drama for Sikorsky! Almost clips one of the Hondas further back. I want to say that was Bazin. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? That's got to be a straight to pit incident for Sikorsky. You can see the shattered windshield there. And the dents on that front bumper, whatever it was a big shunt for the pole. And further back, or further forward, shall I say, Arthur Bellin gonna try the exact same move. Brian Maston can't clear him by the end of the S's, but gets him almost at the corner. Now looks to the inside into the bus stop. Side by side. Who's got more ponies? Oh, very brave line there from Bellin in the R8. But gets it done. So Quiros' pain is absolutely Audi and Octane's game. As the Audi outfit's got 2 drivers in the top 4 right now. Have to see if there's anything Quiros can throw back at him. Further back, Rayshawn Middleton getting past Clem Rossi. We'll see if Rossi's got the horsepower. We know he does. Does he have anywhere he can put it? Tucks into the bumper of Middleton. No dice so far. Bit of a look in the bus stop. Won't try it though. Middleton with a lot of curb on the bus stop. Runs it too deep here going into the chute. Gives the outside line to Rossi. Side by side here. Keeps running the switchbacks. Will it work for Rossi? Almost clips the bumper. Now back to the outside. This is some great stuff. Rossi late on the brakes. Almost gets that Mustang in the grass. Nearly half a lap of side-by-side racing here for 10th. Door to door. Can Rossi make the outside stick onto the anchors? He does! The fighting Frenchman in the Ford Mustang gets his way back into 9th. Some brilliant defense from the 19. Oh, man! Clem Rossi not cracking under any pressure right now. Sean Middleton has to be hot on the helmet. Both will come to the pit lane at the same time. Two cars further ahead, Nickel. And that's Ignash in the BMW also coming to pit lane. So some great battles here. As we are at the halfway point here for round 2 at Watkins Glen. Hero still on the move. Battle outside of the pit lane. We're trying to see the undercut come to fruition here for Sam Yahir. Nickel, who just came out of the pit lane, though, wants that 7th spot real bad side by side into the bus stop. Nickel lines up again behind Yahir. And that Rebellion Porsche will hold 7th provisionally. Further back, Rossi and Middleton have spread out just a bit after that round of pit stops. As now Bellin comes into the pits. Looks like he might have overcooked his stall a little bit. We just saw him back up into his pit box, so that will be added time for that Audi's pit stop. 26 minutes to go. Tatos with a dominant lead right now. 15 seconds and change over Matthew Webb. Then it's Brian Mass, Adrian Quiros, and soon to be Adam Sikorsky, who gives up that spot, has kept going in that R8, battered and bruised, and will now come in for service. Watch this battle further just on the other side of the pit wall here. Nickel had a shot on pit exit, but was unable to get it. Yahir is starting to take off into this New York day. Undercut paying off also for Danilov. You can see him now in 9th. Finally, a little bit of smooth sailing here. Chad, how's your day going? I'm on 2 hours of sleep. My internet was going in and out just before we went live. It's been smooth sailing on my end, and then the server decided to go out. It's been one of those days. It's been a good day so far. Audi duo coming into the pit lane here. Brian Mass and Kiro. So this battle for 3rd will continue. And you absolutely can gain time on pits. Execution here. Good execution. If you come in at the same time, can maybe get you an overtake. If not, you're going to be leaving the pits right on the bumper of the guy in front of you and gives you a solid shot of an overtake. Both these guys hit their marks, though, so gap will stay for the time being. There will be some drama here, though, from Bellin rejoining. From Bellin as he watches Mass rejoining, excuse me. Two countries. 3 countries and 2 nationalities. I'm so tired. You guys can tell I'm on 2 hours of sleep when I'm talking right now. 2 brands, 3 countries up front. A Frenchman, a Dutch, and a Brit. Alec Milling in chat supporting his teammate Nuno Pavia. As the Portuguese has so far had a Saturday to forget. Was involved in the turn 1 drama and has been on the recovery road since then. Has kept it relatively drama-free, though, in the 14. Only 10 cars on the lead lap here with 23 minutes to go. Watching Maciej Ignash in the lone BMW here try to get himself into 900 down. Mikhail Danilov, London resident, born in Poland in a city I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Looking for a pair of top 10s in his debut ARC season. Very strong running so far. Was asking all the guys in the grid what they're most excited for this season when it comes to races. Not a lot of people have said they're excited for the Nürburgring. Ignash is one of them. He's had some experience. He knows it's a challenge. And he's a heads-up driver. We've seen him avoid a couple of incidents on track, whether it's guys collecting each other, someone parked broadside middle of the track. Guy's got cat-like reflexes, and he's using it to close this gap to the 26 of Danilov. 9/10 of a second between the two right now. A lot of excitement, which is not what I was expecting, is for Bathurst. If everybody's on their A game, rest assured it is going to be a banger. But if one guy messes up there in Mount Panorama, we're going to have easily a 5-10 car pileup. It is possible for things to go south very, very quick on the mountain. One's a little bit wide. You can see Ignash actually step on the brakes there. That's how the cut warnings rule goes. You can go off of track limits. You're not going to get slapped on the wrist just for going out of bounds, but you can't gain time as a result of that excursion. So Ignash plays it safe, stomps on the brakes to make sure that delta stays positive as to stay away from a penalty. This might be one though, and again you can see him step on the brakes there. Race leader in the pits, Ivan Tatis. Gets that lone Corvette C7R in for its service further back. Pavia for Rebel comes in the 14. So that's going to give the lead back to someone who led a lot last week, Matt Webb. C8R, yes, excuse me. Oh, trouble further back. It's Rayshon Middleton. More damage. Will we see a rejoin? That'll give that position back to Clem Rossi. That might be terminal. And it is. Day done. Rough start for the Madera, California native. Currently living in Ontario. Rashawn, if you're somehow watching, I'm curious if that's Ontario. If that Ontario is California or Canada, because if it's California, we're way closer than I thought. As in comes Matt Webb, and this is going to give the lead with little to no drama back to Ivan. Just gets into the pit box as Ivan comes out of the final corner. And back into the lead goes the 18. But still a potential battle brewing here for third. As the two Audis go at it right now, Arthur Bell and Brian Mass. R8s have been a very, very popular choice here. All around the grid, Octane Academy fielding almost, with all drivers accounted for, 6 different vehicles this season in the R8, which is at the twilight of its real-life service. Factory support pulled after last year. Its Italian brother, the Huracan, will get the same treatment. And after this year, the V10, in GT3 at least, will be no more. Drama here at the bus stop. Morgado on the grass here through the bus stop. That's Angel Torre. And Sandy Barrios trying to get around there. Rough day so far for the Brazilian Morgado. Been in a couple incidents here. He's got a clean shot of racing here with Torre, though. Runs the outside here. Lap traffic with Nickel on the inside, though. Got to keep it drama-free. Almost 3 wide here. Going back down the hill. But he'll get help from this lapping traffic right now to get a gap on Angel Torre. More drama for Morgado, but gathers it up fairly quickly. That's both OY and Nickel through. Let's pick up this battle here. In that 296 GT3 trying to reel in AJ Nickel. 15-minute warning here at Watkins Glen International. We're going to step away briefly. It's round 2 of the ARC GT World Challenge here on the ARC YouTube. Drama here for the 12 of Clementino and Rossi. Clementino. Guys, I'm tired. Trouble for Clem Rossi, who after a battle with Middleton, both will end in a DNF. And that will give 12th to Sandy Barrios. Will give 13th to Morgado. As Ignash is battled right now to stay in 10th. Sikorsky, last car on the lead lap right now, had big damage. He fell out of the top 10 for repairs. He continues to fight his way forward right now. But even with wide open skies and no drama right now, Ivan Tatis keeps on digging. Keeps on building on deltas. He's set his own fastest lap nearly 3 laps in a row now. C8R locked up in one of its own races. Locked in, shall I say. More drama further back from Morgado. This is top of the hill. Keeps it going. Other Honda of Bazin navigating around. Again, a lot of guys here with very, very low practice times. Learning this track on the fly. Back in 7th and 8th, Owy still trying to dig on Nickel. Many of you already know AJ, the Nova Scotia native, as the owner of ARC, main operator of ARC. Has felt right at home in this Ford Mustang. Just as I say, Tatis is turning on the jets. He sets another fastest lap. Owy, though, gets right to the rear bumper of AJ Nickel. This is the closest we've seen these two all day. The horsepower is not going to help him get away at all as he's punching a hole for that Ferrari. Trouble for Owy. Backs into the Armco barrier. And for the pole, just drops that back left tire in the grass. And that is all it takes. It doesn't matter the car. Uneven braking surfaces is instantly going to spin that car around. And with 10 minutes to go, important to remember, sometimes the best time to make a move isn't just the first time you got an opening. Which is a mistake I absolutely make when I sim race. But what this has done now is maybe made this another Ford versus Ferrari battle, as Danilov now is in the rearview mirrors of the Ferrari. So 10 minutes to go, 11 cars on the lead lap right now. Tata's with a 21.5 second gap over Matt Webb. Then it's Brian Mass. We were expecting maybe a little bit of a battle here for the bottom spot of the podium between Moss and the fellow Audi of Bellin. Bellin had a little bit of an incident further back. That's promoted Adrian Quiros up into 4th. Top portion of the day. Man from Alajuela. And I know Alex in chat right now talking about the controller struggles. You're looking at a guy running in top 5 right now on an Xbox controller. He's saving up for an R3. But we saw him wheel at Paul Ricard. He keeps wheeling it right now in this Snake Eyes number 13 Porsche for Rebel Racing. Gotta say, also love the party lights. I did not know that was a customizable option we had on these GT3 cars, but we've seen a couple of different guys running these LED bars. You guys are going to see that a lot better once we get to the 20-minute longer enduros, the 1.2-hour races. And that's going to be way easier for us in nighttime conditions to discern who is who on track when all you can see is headlights. More drama. It's the other Rebellion Autosport car of Santiago Barrios. One lap down, that's going to check up one of the Octane Academy cars. It's not Sikorsky in front. Is that Semidekis? It is. All the way 2 laps down. This is going to be a Saturday absolutely to forget for the Greek. You can see the cracked left window there. So some major incident we forgot there. But the 5 was tangled in something big that we didn't see. Just over 6 minutes to go. Want to remind you that ARC is a partner with Dive Bomb Motorsports Journal. For all connections for Formula One, NASCAR Cup Series, IndyCar, World Rally Championship, and all things racing, visit divebomb/motorsports.com and start reading. So 5 minutes at what should have been Indy has been Watkins Glen, have had some good racing, but has now finally started to mellow out. After this, off to Sonoma for GT World Challenge East, or GT World Challenge West, excuse me. Then it's our first Enduro Spa 1.2 hours at Spa-Francorchamps. Then it's the Malaysian GT World Challenge at Sepang. Round 6 takes us to Bathurst, a very highly anticipated round of trouble for, oh, what has happened here? Brian Mass going to the pit lane. I believe he's already pitted. I'm not sure what's happened. This is an absolute race ender, though, for the Dart driver. And that will instantly promote Quiros up into third. How many positions will he lose here? Owai's further behind. Oh, heartbreak for the Dutch driver in the R8. What could have been back-to-back podiums is going to end in a 9th place finish, and the cutting has finally gotten to Ignash. Danilov finally has closed that gap to Owai, side by side into the bus stop. Gets around him before the entry, done deal. Owai fights back though, looks to the outside, almost bangs doors, backs out of it and tucks in behind the Russian driver. The battle for 8th right now, and Brian Mass is absolutely going to be joining this party momentarily. 3 minutes to go on the clock. Owai washes up, goes wide. This is going to give Mass a shot to overtake. Will we see him move here at the bottom of the hill? He'll go deep on the brakes side by side. Nearly banging doors. Script flips now. Ferrari will get the low line. A little bit of a lockup from the Audi there. So OY holds on to 8th. He knows this is for position. He'll be doing everything he can, not just to hold off Mass here, but dig on Danilov. It is all eyes forward right now for the Polish driver in the 21. And he locks up and he goes wide. Cracks under pressure and will give that 8th position spot to Brian Mass. Two minutes to go. He got OY. Can he get Danilov? All right, the Mustang, two of the fastest cars straight line wise. All right, might have that little advantage here on the high speed corners. We talked about Ignash having issues, though, as he was testing the track limits a lot in that BMW M4. He finally tested that luck a little bit too much, got a 3-second penalty added to his overall time. Mass, same spot he got OY a lap ago. Looking for a way forward. Look to the outside, now goes to the inside here. Back onto the NASCAR short circuit. Stays in line for now. This is a tough spot to get an overtake, but it's not impossible. Turn 1 looks likely. Run as close to the wall as he can as possible on the outside. Sucks into the draft, now looks to the inside. He has all the power. Goes a little bit late on the brakes. You can see a puff of smoke there. Brian Mass has cleared Mikhail Danilov for 7th. And will take off almost instantly. Danilov with a bad exit there on turn 1 after being forced to the outside. Great defense from Mass, actually parked it on the apex there to kind of keep him from getting any run back on him. Yeah, man, that Audi has got pace. White flag is out, last time by. And it is once again all eyes on the Flying Frenchman. Ivan Teras, who, to get a win at Paul Ricard, had to lift and coast and save heavy to get his first win, to get his home win at Paul Ricard. And in his first year of ARC, has put on an absolute masterclass. Trouble for OY further back as he now drops to 10th. But he's proven pace from the start. He started on pole. He hasn't looked back all day. He's a smidge wide in the penultimate corner, but it doesn't matter. Out of the carousel for the final time, weaving to the line. It's Ivan Teras back to back. He'll win at Watkins Glen. And what we've missed is this battle. Adrian Quiros trying to get on that final spot of the podium. Arthur Bellin somehow has been the upset and gotten by. You hear further back there in the 7. Are we going to see a move? There's a little bit of a run here from Kiros. Does he have anywhere to put it? He looks to the inside. Doesn't have anywhere to put it. Bellin goes a little bit wide there in the penultimate corner, but it's not enough. Great drive from Bellin. He'll charge his way to the front and get to the bottom spot of the podium. A blockbuster finish here in the battle for third. What's happened here? We're in a blind spot with the cameras. We might have had drama, though, from AJ Nickel and Brian Mass. Something's happened between these two. And now Danilov gets up into 7th. Is there anything Ignash can give to him? Bit of a run to the line. Oh, my goodness. Nickel's out of fuel. Nickel coasts to the line. Oh my goodness, a blockbuster finish. A masterclass drive for Ivan Tadas, a 1-2 for Octane Esports. And heartbreak for AJ Nickel. Looking for a top 5 finish, gives 6 to his teammate. And a master recovery drive right now for this man right here. We're going to try to get some interviews here at the Checkered. Stay with us. Here with your
water.
Oh no, you're good, dude. Here with your podium at round 2 at Watkins Glen. Let's start with your 3rd place finisher, Arthur Bellin, in a blockbuster finish over Adrian Kiros. Arthur, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I think we actually missed that pass for 3rd, but walk me through that battle with that number 13 Porsche in the closing laps.
Well, yeah, I noticed Brian Maas had to peel into the pits again, and I saw he was up for contention. I knew I had the pace, but earlier, before that, I lost the car, so I was back behind him. So in the end, I just tried to push as much as I can and keep it clean.
First podium, and for the Academy guy from Octane, you're making it a pro and Academy, podium for Octane. How's that feel?
It feels amazing, man. Kind of like Sebastian Vettel in the Toro Rosso, only I didn't win. But that will happen too one day.
Might as well treat it as such. Really, really good drive, Arthur. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you, man. See ya.
On to 2nd place, Matthew Webb. Business as usual in that Audi R8. Gets that Octane 33 in 2nd. Relatively drama-free day from you. Walk me through it.
Yeah, I mean, created a gap at the start. Managed to get away from Brian Mass behind because I knew he'd be a big contender again in the Audi. I overheard on comms that he'd didn't put enough fuel in, so
Wow.
definitely put us in the lead. I think that's what helped Arthur out as well with this battle with Adrian. But yeah, just created the gap, seen the gap, 10-second gap, and then I just was consistent and took it easy from then on out.
We're going to hear from this guy right now because I know he's unmuted, which is new for me. But, I mean, Ivan Tatus with an absolute masterclass. Did you feel like you had anything for him today?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I didn't expect to have this pace. So I was quite alone all of the race, so I just keep it clean and I won, so amazing.
Ivan, did it feel like you had any special sauce? Did the Corvette feel especially hooked up? Did you have any extra practice time at the Glen? What felt like was your advantage today?
Oh, I practiced a lot and I did a lot of work on the setup and and I think that helps me a lot.
Back-to-back winners in your first ARC year. How we feel about a three-peat here with Sonoma coming up?
I hope so. I mean, I never raced on Sonoma, so
No, me
I'm
neither.
gonna
Me
see
neither.
what I'll be able to do. But
Oh, that
I
just
hope
makes me
so.
excited for both of you. We've had stranger things happen at ARC. That's the rest of your podium. We're going to grab some more guys here shortly. Stay with us.
Minded a race incident. Like, we were both alongside. I went a little bit too straight. He turned in a little bit too quick, and we just hit. That's it. Short version.
Talking to Brian now.
Really?
Nickel, yeah, about our incident here. AJ, what was your end of the story?
Oh, Brian's just a tool. He just drove right into the side of my car. No,
Okay.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, we looked at the replay and it was literally just.
Oopsie
I
daisy.
mean that corner, the line is a little shallower, but he had the inside and he was entitled to go straight for the amount of car he had. And I braked a bit deeper and went a little shallower, and I basically came across his nose, so and he went straight a little more than was expected, and so it ended up being a racing incident. So
Yeah.
that was, as I said earlier, c'est la vie.
So, Brian, I don't want to twist the knife here, but you wouldn't have been here if you didn't have to take another trip to pit row. Walk me through why you had to
Yeah.
go back to the pits in the first place.
Well, I at like the 6-minute mark, I just saw like, oh, I have 3 laps of fuel left. I'm not gonna make this, and I just had to. I had to pit because else I would be dead on somewhere on the track. So that's why I pitted the second time.
I know Ivan was looking untouchable. Did it feel like you or any of the other Audis had anything for him today?
Looking at the times, not really. That Audi was just really quick, like really quick. Oh, or the Audi, the Chevrolet was really quick. The Corvette was really quick. So we couldn't touch it, unfortunately.
AJ, did you also run out of gas across the line? Did I see that?
You would be correct. I was saving fuel whilst trying to battle Brian. So
Amazing.
yeah, the calculations were a little biased toward a safety car period, which we never ended up getting. I was really
Right.
expecting one after the 4 cars off in turn 1, but
Oh my gosh, yeah.
yeah, the fuel window would have been fine after I'd saved enough, because like by the time Brian and I made the contact, I was, in my eyes, good on gas. But once we spun, I had to throw the clutch in first gear, and and spin the wheels up to get going again, and that was enough to, having to go up the gears again, that was enough to drain me out of the last corner toward the line. So that was ultimately why I lost that final position of the BMW, which sucks, but that's life.
Yep. The incident that we actually didn't catch on camera, but glad you guys sorted that out. And AJ, we appreciate you for sticking it out. We know AC has obviously not been wanting to play ball with us in terms of the cars, in terms of some of the tracks, so we appreciate you leading us to putting on a good show as always, and working through the kinks. So on to Sonoma next week, hopefully no drama, and again, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That is going to do it for us here from Watkins Glen. On to the West Coast for Sonoma next weekend. We will see you next Saturday. Until then, it's Jackson Lambros saying, let your passion fuel you.